Thanks a lot. Thanks for everyone for joining. Good morning, everyone. I'll get started. Okay, guys, this is me. I'm Sujin. I have almost 10 years plus experience in the industry. I basically work for the DevOps, VMware Cloud, and on the Intune and some scripting as well. And yeah, this is my LinkedIn profile. You can connect me over there as well. Okay, like Anup said, today I'm going to take over a session on MS Intune Enterprise App Management. Okay, without wasting time, I believe we are good to start. I'll go to my first slide. Okay, what is MS Intune App Management? That's the very first question what probably we would get. This is the new feature, absolutely new feature, which is available in the Intune portal. You can open your portal and see over there. And what is Intune Enterprise App Management? Intune Enterprise App Management is a new feature. Like I said, it enables you to easily discover and deploy applications and keep them up to date from the enterprise catalog. That is one of the good advantage of the Intune enterprise app management. It's a pre-packaged Win32 application that was developed by Microsoft. Having said that, this in catalog has non-Microsoft applications as well. When I say the non-Microsoft applications, applications which are developed by other parent companies, say the WinZip, maybe some Adobe applications, maybe like in a Zoom, some couple of applications which is not managing by or maybe the developed by the Microsoft, also available in the catalog. The second point, what I have written for you, the enterprise app management is an Intune add-on as a part of Intune suite that is available for the trial purchase. Trial, and like you can purchase with the license. Or what does it mean? It's a like license oriented feature. So if you have a specific license to use the enterprise app management, what would happen? You will not be able to use this feature, which means that it's an Intune add-on feature, right? You have to add into the portal, and if you don't have enough license, I'm not a good person, or maybe I'm not good enough to talk about the licensing, but still, if you don't have enough license, so to work on the enterprise app management, you will not be able to perform any action with respect to the enterprise app management. So it's a in double quotes, you need the particular maybe license or permissions, whatever you say in as a part of Intune suite. I will show you in the demo session where you can see this Intune suite, or maybe where you can see the Intune add-on, how you can verify whether you have the enough license, whether you would be able to perform the enterprise app management in the console, or later maybe in 5 or 10 minutes. Right, so Intune enterprise application catalog can help you to manage apps by providing simplified the discovery, automated packaging and development, and the updating the outdated apps. These are one of the benefits. Say when you have the enterprise application catalog, when you have the enterprise application in the catalog, when you create an application, it's very easy to discover. It's a kind of automated packaging. Your job gonna be very easy, your life gonna be very easy. It's very easy to make all the applications which you have deployed to the Intune enterprise app to upgrade or update to the latest version using the catalog itself. Okay. Like we said, this is a very initial release from the Microsoft, right? You will be able to discover and deploy high popular and pre-packaged apps. Having said that, when I say the high popular, you probably work lots of applications, maybe hundreds of applications daily, right? You probably would need to deploy many applications into your infrastructure through the Intune portal. Okay, you will not get all the applications into the catalog. There are limited. There is a one of the disadvantage, or maybe like in a problem what we face in the catalog now. There's only limited number of applications will be available in the catalog. So far, I think 101 applications I have, anyway, however, I have mentioned in the next slide, but around 100 applications are available in the catalog. But you can request Microsoft to add more apps. I will talk about that later. But like I said, with the initial release, you will be able to discover and deploy high popular, or maybe like in a very few applications, I can say around 100 plus applications through the Intune portal, and like any missions which is enrolled to your environment. All applications are pre-packaged, right? Okay, let me go to the next slide. What are the benefits of enterprise app management? The first benefits what I have written here is streamline app management, which, oh yeah, it's very easy to understand. You can discover the applications easily, you can create the applications easily, you can deploy them to the you can deploy into any groups of any collection which you have in the Intune portal very easily without any very without any efforts. It's very easy to manage. It's a kind of streamline and simple app management when you go with the enterprise app management process. You'll be able to keep the apps up to date by easily creating an apps for the new versions of the product. Having said that, it will not upgrade to the latest version of application. Say you have installed the Zoom so and so particular version. I don't remember the current version though, but when you install the new version, it will not upgrade to the latest version automatically, right? So you have to keep a track when the Zoom released a new version of the applications. You have to create probably create a new application and deploy to the groups, deploy to the respective groups. It's very easy process though, right? So when you add an enterprise app catalog app, Intune pre-fills the commands to install and uninstall the app. Now, or like previous days, olden days, when you get a request to create an app, when we work on the SCCM, we struggle to create the application installation command, right? We have to go for many testing, before we create an application on the console. Even though in the Intune as well, sometimes when we create the application, we have to have a correct understanding, we have to have a thorough testing before create any application, right? Without knowing the commands to install, without knowing the commands to uninstall, you will not be able to perform any application install. But when it comes to the enterprise app management, it's very easy to manage. Again, I'm saying because Intune pre-fills the commands to install and uninstall the app, right? Having said that, you probably no need to go run behind. Maybe you probably go behind maybe any vendor website and get the application to install this particular the commands to install these particular applications, and test on your own environment, and coming back to the portal and create an applications, putting the commands which you have tested already. Everything is now it's gone. Now you can trust the Microsoft, you can trust the enterprise app management. Take any applications which is available in the catalog, and blindly go ahead and create an applications. Whatever you need, when I say whatever you need, any commands, right, to install, to uninstall, to manage that application, which is pre-filled, right? You probably no need to go ahead and fill the commands to install or uninstall. The next point, what Microsoft Intune prefills the detection method as well, detection rule as well. Detection method, what is one of the head take, right? You probably would agree with me when you go with the app management. So if you don't have a right detection method, what would happen? Your application installation itself will break, installation itself will fail, right? If you don't have a right detection method, that's it. You are done with your application testing, you're done with your application installation, everything, right? So Microsoft has done a good job here as well. You have the detection method also pre-filled. You probably no need to do anything with the detection method as well. Having said that, you can add the detection method, you can probably edit the commands, you can probably edit the installation or uninstallation commands, you can do anything. But Microsoft provides you everything. Microsoft provides multiple detection method, not just one. But when you right, if you think of an SCCM scenario. But generally, personally, what I used to do when I get a detection method, say if it's a registry or file or folder, whatever, generally go with any one detection method. I used to test it. If it's working, I generally go with the one detection method. But when it comes to the enterprise app management, we have multiple detection method here. That's what I observed. We have one or two detection method, right? That's a good thing, right? You can ensure the application's installation happens correctly, right? I'll go to the next slide. So here, this slide, I have added a little more point about the enterprise application management. Let's see what all of that. Enterprise app management can be purchased as a standalone SKU or as a part of Microsoft Intune suite. Again, it's when I'm talking about the license, if you don't have a license, your application installation will fail, right? Or maybe not fail, you will not be able to perform the installation itself. You will not be able to work on the enterprise app management itself. So if you can purchase it as a standalone SKU, or maybe as a part of Microsoft Intune suite, that's up to you. You can request to add the application to the enterprise app catalog. Request to whom? Request to Microsoft. Say you found, or some particular application is not there in the catalog. So what is the next step? You want to get that application to add it to the enterprise catalog. You can't do that probably, obviously, because you are not a Microsoft person. You are not like the one who authorized to add the application to the catalog. But you can request to Microsoft saying that, okay, this application, that you believe this application is would be good if you could add into the catalog. Having said that, Microsoft doesn't give any commitment. Maybe I would say, they are not saying, okay, as soon as you request to Microsoft, they will go and get it added, but they will probably review it. If it's really needed, right, they will get that application is added to the catalog. And they are not providing any SLA as well. So when you request, okay, say Microsoft, hey Microsoft, I need this application, can you please add to the catalog? Can you just make sure the application is available in the catalog? Microsoft probably would accept your request, but they are not giving any SLA saying that, okay, within this particular time we will work on your request and get that added to the catalog. Not like that, but it's a good thing, right? You can request to Microsoft, okay, this application is not there, and you believe this application would be, if you add the application to the catalog, it gonna be help other people to work on it. So that's a good thing. I believe this is a good feature what Microsoft has provided, right? You can request Microsoft to add the application into the catalog. Obviously, Microsoft hosts the application to the Microsoft storage. That makes sense. And the apps currently provided in the enterprise application catalog are Win32, EXE, and MSI versions. Any other extensions are not supported, maybe not available in the catalog. If you take any application, right, which is available in the catalog enterprise app management app, all the applications are .exe and .msi applications. Like I said before, there are currently 101 application in the catalog. When you go and see in the Microsoft portal, I believe they have listed 100 applications, and recently they have added one more application. I believe when I checked yesterday, I got 101 application. Previously it was 100. Now they have added one more application. If you ask me which application they have added, I don't. But yeah, but the current count is 101. Right. Enterprise app management cannot be used with the Microsoft configuration manager. What does it mean? We can't use the enterprise app management using the SCCM. I think it makes sense for you because it's an Intune feature. It's a enterprise app management catalog. It's available only on the Intune. You can't do anything with the configuration manager. But having said that, any missions which is co-managed, what does it mean by the co-managed? The missions which is in the Intune as well as in the configuration manager, right, in the SCCM, and the missions which can be managed through the Intune and the configuration manager will get the enterprise app management when you deploy from the Intune portal, right? Which also means that you can manage the co-managed devices. So you can manage any devices which enroll to the Intune. Doesn't matter which method can be install, or can get the enterprise app management application which you deploy from the catalog, right? I'll go to the next slide. Right. So in this slide, I was trying to explain how you can add an enterprise app to the catalog into the Intune portal. Let's see what point, which is the first point I have written over here. When you add an app to the Intune portal, you will commonly want to use the default installation requirement detection settings. Having said that, you can edit it, but what Microsoft would recommend, Microsoft recommending to use the pre-populated fields containing the specific commands, detection rule, the requirement, whatever Microsoft has written in the written with the package. Microsoft recommend you to go with that. If you edit it, if you change it, it would work, it would not work. Microsoft doesn't give any guarantee. You have to test by your own. If all good, you can go ahead with your own detection method, your own commands to install, your own commands to uninstall. You can go ahead with your own requirement settings. Everything would work. You would be able to edit it, but if it's not working, Microsoft will not take any responsibility. That's what that's the reason Microsoft recommend to use pre-populated pre-populated commands, pre-populated like pre-filled or the detection rule or whatever Microsoft gives you. You can blindly go ahead with that application settings. Right. You must select the app from the enterprise app catalog. App details will be pre-populated, like I said, and the appropriate field, including the commands and the detection rule. This we already discussed. Adding an enterprise app catalog app into the Intune doesn't create any deployment. What does it mean? Now you're creating an application, right? See, if you see my heading, if you see here, I'm adding an application into the portal, right? I'm not creating any sorry, I'm not doing any deployment here. Once the application is added, right, you have to create a deployment as a separate task, right? So when you generally go with the Win32 deployment, or maybe the LOB application, right, or when you will get an option to deploy an application, deploy it to a particular group, end of the application, right, end of the application creation. But when it comes to the enterprise app catalog, or maybe enterprise app catalog application, you have to do a deployment separately, right? I will show you in the demo session. I believe I'm done with the slide. Let me see. Yeah, now it's demo time. All right, I will take the portal here. Can someone confirm? Can you guys able to see my console?
Yes, Sujay.
Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you. So yeah, I was talking about what Intune add-on, right? So before going to the application creation, deployment, everything, so let's understand what does it mean by Intune add-on, like what are the capabilities you see in our test environment. There are multiple capabilities we have added over here. The remote help is the service now something, I'm not sure how does it work, but when it comes to the enterprise app management, it is already there, right? The very first thing before you start working on your enterprise app management, the very first thing what you should do, come here in the Intune add-on, right here in the tenant administration, and see the enterprise app management is all there or not. If it's not there, you probably will not be able to do the enterprise app management, right? I hope that makes sense for you. Now we'll go to the apps, right? So now we are doing how a demo, how we can how we'll be able to add the application to the portal, right? So I'm in the Windows. All right, click on add, select the app type. You see there are multiple app types. We already have discussed the LOB, Win32, and WebLink and all. Now we'll go to the enterprise app, uh, enterprise app catalog app. Okay, select that. Before that, I'll just get you the link of the blog which I recently published about this enterprise app catalog, right? I'll just paste for you here. Okay, is the one, right? So if you see here, when you select the app type as enterprise app catalog app, enterprise catalog app offers as a part of enterprise app management. When the enterprise app management becomes generally available, your global or billing administrator can add it for an additional cost to the licensing option that are included into the Microsoft Intune, which means that, again, I'm saying it's a licensed product, right? If you don't have the license, or if you don't have the permission to use the enterprise app catalog app, you will not be able to perform this action which I'm going to show you now, right? So when I select the application type as enterprise app catalog app, and come here down and select that, and now you will get a new screen. You will be able to select the application from the catalog. You will get an option to search for the enterprise app catalog here. Click on the search option here. You will get a new window, right? So that's getting loaded. These are the applications you would be able to manage. You see, there are list of applications. This is the count what I said. So, there are 101 applications currently which is available in the catalog. Say which application I would select. Recently I deployed Python. Maybe I need I'll go with the KeyPass, right? Say I will select the KeyPass. If you when you decide, okay, there are multiple applications. If you want to go ahead with the Google Drive, maybe if you want to go ahead with any application which is available, just select that application and click next. Now you are in the select application. Okay, you see, when you click next, right, you will get a new window. Maybe you will be directed to the configuration part, right? Here you see the package details are populated here. Okay, what is the package name? Keep as 64-bit. What's the language? English US. What is the architecture? It's 64-bit. And what is the version? 2.7.6, right? When you get all this information, when you verify this, click select. What would happen when you click select? You see all the informations are pre-filled or pre-populated over here. You see the name of the application, skip as XC. If you want, you can edit it, right? HD, MD, right? Test. I'll just add it. Nothing wrong in that. You can edit it, right? Okay. So description. more details about the application. What does the application do? Right? What is the use of this application? How does it work? All the information will be available in the description. You see, the key pass is a commonly for the saving the password, right? The global to extend to improve. I mean, so on. So I mean, that really doesn't really matter if you like, if you can see the description. That's what I just wanted to show you. Who is the publisher of this application? KeePass XE. That would probably would be the parent company. When you go with any Microsoft application, you can see the publisher as Microsoft, right? And what is the app version? Application version 2.7.6. That's the current version which you're going to deploy. When you get multiple versions of the any application, I would probably recommend to go ahead with the latest version. If you want to select any category, when you have multiple categories, you can select anything. If it is an HTMT core apps or maybe other apps or whatever, if you want, you can go ahead and select show this app feature, app in the company portal. If you want to show, yes. If not, no. I will say yes, right? If you want to put any URL about the application, you can just paste that, or maybe more information about the application can make available in using that URL. Maybe you can add the developer information. You can add any nodes. Probably you can say, like, I would say, I'm the owner of this application, right? And if you want to add the logo of the application, you can just click here and you can just add the logo here. The logo should be what? In the JPG and PNG file. You can see it here, right? The logo will be appear in the company portal. When I click next, you would be able to see the programs. See, this is a good thing. Installation commands and uninstallation commands are pre-filled. Like I said, okay, let me copy this command and I'll get a notepad for you, right? Let me drag the notepad here. You see, this is application command. If you're familiar with the installation command, if you're familiar with the application of like installation of any application, right, you probably would be able to understand this command. You see the commands to install, like quick installation. It's an MSI package, right? This is the package to this application file, keep as 2.7.6 or win64.msi. This is the file which would get installed on your local machine, and this is the command to install, right? Again, take the uninstallation command. Let me copy it, right? See, this is uninstallation command. So with the MSI GUID, it would get uninstall when you click on uninstall button, right? That also gonna be a quick installation, silent installation. Sorry, the uninstallation, right? See, if you see the \x, which means it's an uninstallation command, you will know, right? So, and what is the installation time required? So 60 minutes here by default, and I'm not changing it. Allow up available to uninstall. Yeah, installation behavior, I don't have option to change it here. And the return code's also available. If you want to add any return code, like more return code, you can add it, right? And when I go to the requirement, next tab, what is the requirement? It's a 64-bit application. Obviously, the operating system architecture should be 64. And if you want to add the 32-bit architecture, you can add it. And like, what is the minimum operating system? That's everything, like your call. But like I said before, Microsoft recommends to go ahead with pre-filled data, whatever it's there by default, right? You can just go ahead and blindly just verify it and click next and create an application. But having said that, if you want to change it, say if you show you are running with the latest version of operating system, probably you can change it, right? But this is the minimum version. Minimum operating system version is what? 1607. Windows 10 1607. If you want to add the disk space, required disk space in MP, you can add it, right? If you want to maybe add the RAM, you can add it. You can add multiple requirement over here, but very minimal requirement which is mandatory to have its operating system architecture and the minimum operating system, which already Microsoft fills here in the package itself, right? When I go to the detection rule, this is interesting. Like I said, you have a multiple detection rule here. The two detection rule which is added, it's a file type detection rule. You see here the program files keep as folder should be there, right? Or the file should be there. That's what the detection rule says. And if you want to change the detection rule, maybe if you have a script, if you have a custom script by written by your own, probably maybe you got from the developer, you can go ahead and add the detection script over here. Just change it to the user custom detection script. You can add the script file over here. Just navigate to the script, navigate to the folder where you have say the uh, a script file, and make sure the detection method is working. But like I said, I would go with the by default one what Microsoft recommends. I would go ahead with the manually configure the detection rule. So it's already detection rule also pre-filled. So when you work on an application creation, application install, what are the main thing? What are the main headache? What you would get? One is the installation command. Another thing is the uninstallation command. Another thing is the second, third one is the requirement, and the fourth one is the detection rule. So you got everything here. You have the installation command, uninstallation command, the requirement, and the detection rule. Now the life is easy. Now it's just matter of creating the application and deploying to the test group, right? That's it. Now you got the detection rule as well. If you want to add the scope tag, you can add it. I'm not adding it now, right? Now the next step, what? Review and create. You just review your application information. What is the name of the application? What is the description? What is the version? And who is the owner, right? Like what is the installation command? This is the installation command. What is the uninstallation command? You're all good. What is the installation time required here? It's a 60 minutes. Okay. Installation behavior, it's for the system, not for the user. What's the required return code? 0 for success, soft reboot, retry. 1707 is for the success again, right? What are the requirement? What I have specified over here? The minimum operating system version is 1607. What is the architecture? It's 64-bit. And I didn't mention any disk space requirement, and I didn't mention any physical memory requirement, which means RAM. So all good with the application. Also verify the detection rule. So what are the detection rule I specified over here? I have specified two file detection rule, which is again I didn't specify anything. Microsoft itself, like auto populated, auto like filled everything. We are good with the manually configure detection rule. If you, like I said, if you want to add to the script, you can go ahead and change the rule format to the script, like I showed you. And I didn't select any scope tag. Now what? Click add app. Like I said, you don't have any option to deploy app to the particular the user group or the device group, whatever you use to deploy. Now you see add app. When I click on add app, application is added, right? It will take a while. Your application is not ready, the requested content being prepared. It will take a time. Come back later, right? That's what it says. It will take a time. So maybe like maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Properties, application is still not ready. Meanwhile, if you guys have any question, we can discuss. Okay. Someone asked, can you show how detection rule looks like specific for the version of application? Okay, sure. I'll do that. Very first thing, tenant administration, Intune add-on, right? Okay, Reshma, this is the enterprise app catalog management Intune add-on feature. What you would get here? You see that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have other capabilities also, remote help and service now, many things. I believe we have a blog post about the remote help and other features, but advanced Intune analytics, right? These all would come with the Intune add-on uh, features, right? You have the enterprise app management as well, management app as well here. All right, I will come back to the application. I will show you the detection method again, buddy. Right, this is the key pass application what I have deployed. Right, the application is ready. Now we can deploy it, but before I will show the detection method. I'll go to the properties, right? Go edit the detection method. You see, these are the detection method. All right, so this is a file. This is a file or folder, right? So it's equal to what version is so and so, right? So when I go with the second detection method, right? So again, it's a file or folder, it's an exe file, right? It's a version a string. The operator is equal to the version is so and so, right? That's how the detection method would work here. And if you want to add any other detection method, say like maybe MSI or maybe the registry, you can add it. Say so and so HKLM, whatever the registry path you want to add it. And if you want to like put the value here and the detection method, you are good to do that. But in double quotes, you have to test it thoroughly. Don't add any detection method blindly. If you didn't add any detection method, this application installation would work, no doubt at all. But for testing purpose, or maybe if you want to add multiple detection method, if it didn't work, like yeah, it's gone. You have to test the detection method thoroughly before you add the settings over here.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the application lifestyle upgrade? That's what she has. I said. Again, Microsoft is not taking any responsibility about that. Say this is a non-Microsoft application, right? Keep as Microsoft. Microsoft is not owning this application. As and when new version is available, you have to work on it. Microsoft is not upgrading to the latest version or maybe like life cycle upgrade, but you can do it. How you can do it? I'll show you again. I'll just I will do the deployment. Before that, I'll show that. Say when you add any app, right? So select app type, right? Go ahead here and select the app. Maybe select any version, select any application. Maybe what Python. Say when you get a new version, the previous version of 3.10, right? Now the Python has released the new version, 3.11. So when Python release the new version, you can go ahead and create a new application, and it will work. Detection method will or and condition anything. All right. I will come here and select the keep as again. I will do the deployment now. All right. Properties. Go to the assignment. All right. Now you will get option to add the add the devices or add the groups here into the deployment as an assignment. You see, you will be able to do the available deployment. You will be able to do the required deployment, whatever you want. Right. I will do the required deployment. I'll go with my test computers. I will select now everything like the same how you do the deployment for the other applications, right? Say it's a Win32, maybe it's a LOB or any kind of application. The deployment everything gonna be the same process, right? Review and save, right? Save. Okay, now Win32 app is saved. Now you see the application is deployed to the test computer. Now what we have to log into the mission and run the policies. All right, I will do that. Give me a moment. Yeah, like Vaishnav said, in our current example, it's an and example. Maybe like like I said, it's an auto populator, right? You can edit it, but yeah, I'm connecting to the mission. Okay, I'm in my test computer. Hope you can see my screen now. All right, I'll close everything. As we know, it will take a while to get the application to install. I'll trigger a sync over here. Right, I'll come here in the settings, accounts, access over school, info, sync. All right, it's taking time. Meanwhile, again, if you guys have any question, we can discuss. Still happening.
Hi, Sujay. So if the new application is released, how that will going to update? We need to uninstall the existing application or it will get updated automatically.
It has to be an auto upgrade, Harishna. You
Okay.
probably no need to uninstall the current version and go with the latest one. No, it's not like that. It's a kind of like an in-place upgrade. Having said that, I never tested the new version, right? But generally, that how it should work,
Okay.
right?
And the update will happen automatically or admin has to be keep on checking and in has to update like any
Admin has to do that. Microsoft
admin.
doesn't give any option to auto upgrade it,
Okay.
because
So
that
and
depends on the organization to organization, right? Say when you take it as a vulnerability or kind of an example,
Mhm.
some organization will have generally go with the n-1 version of application. Some organization used to keep keep their application updated with the latest version. probably Microsoft can't take blindly a decision, say that okay, you have to upgrade it. Maybe we have to go ahead with many testing and all right before we upgrade to the latest version. That you have to take care.
Okay. And one more thing, what all the application we have 100 plus application, only those application, if the new version has released, we will get it, right? If I as a standalone, I push the another Win32 application, those application it will not going to get it. Only for the application is listed under enterprise app category, only we will get the updates, right? New version.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, got it. Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. All right, still see happening. See the key pass is available or not. Not yet.
Sorry, one more question. Where we'll see the update console in the portal?
What do you mean by update console in the
Means
Intune
if the
portal?
new version, yeah, if the new version is updated, we have to go to same select the app category
Same cell.
and
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
oh,
absolutely. The same place. Sorry, I think I lost the screen. Still, I'm getting the application. It's not at install. I ran the policies.
and one more thing, let's say I have already pushed the Google Chrome, and if those application I wanted to push it from enterprise app catalog now, so what is the procedure? I have to uninstall this one or like any idea on that part?
That's a tricky question. I don't know how to answer that. If the application is already installed, when you have a detection method correctly specified, right? It would say that application is already installed and your application installation would fail. You probably have to uninstall and go ahead with the application catalog. I never tested that scenario. Maybe maybe we can test it.
Okay.
Yeah. But still, I don't know why this is taking time. Still KeePass is not installed.
No worries. Maybe we can proceed further. If you have anything more to share, maybe you can with that and
I think I'm done.
yeah.
I think I'm
Okay.
done with the session. Maybe I
Yeah,
will, just
usually the
enhance this.
application might take some
Yeah.
time, so instead of
Yeah.
okay.
Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes when I reboot this mission, it would come back like
Hmm.
very, very quickly. But I don't want to do this now. But yeah, this how guys the application installation or the enterprise app catalog installation would work. I'm done with my session. If you guys have any question, we can maybe we can discuss end of this session, or maybe I will try to answer through the chat itself. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.